we have another awesome person on the line, and we're going to be talking about buying a home. Tis the season for buying and selling a home. And on the line with us now is Evona Watson. She's the owner of Triple E Realty. Welcome to the show, Evona.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, we're going to dive right into it. This is the time to buy. What are some things that people need to know in contemplating? Let's go with buying a home first.
Yeah, so you want to make sure that you connect yourself with a real estate agent. And the reason why that is an important first step is because that person will hear your story, will hear, what your plans are. Consider your situation. What are your needs when it pertains to financing, down payment assistance, things like that, and can direct you to the right lender so that you can take advantage of the programs that are out there. A lot of times people go right online. The internet can be amazing, but you jump on there, you get what you think is a pre-approval from an online bank, and you get to closing and things don't work out because the due diligence wasn't done up front. So connecting with a real estate agent like myself or members of the Triple E Realty team is a great first step. And you have to make sure your credit is in order, and with working with a lender, they're going to let you know if there's any blemishes that you need to address prior to going through the mortgage approval process. So it may mean your time frame is delayed slightly, but we know exactly what needs to be done so that, again, you don't get to the end of this and you can't purchase the home you want because there's something that came up and these are conditions that can't be met within, the time frame of the contract. You want to start saving because having down payment assistance is great, but I believe that if you're purchasing a home, it is a large purchase. You want to have resources available to you once you close on that home. Everybody can't take advantage of down payment assistance, so being prepared, having money in the bank is also a necessity when you're looking to purchase a home.
Wow. Okay. Good advice. Now, of course, the interest rates, they actually just went up again yesterday, I think by a quarter point. And a lot of people are concerned about that. So, do we or do we not do that right now? What are your thoughts on that in terms of the whole interest rate dilemma right here?
Yeah. So, just thinking about coming out of COVID and the pandemic, we got spoiled because those interest rates were dropped significantly in order to keep the economy flowing. However, if we really think back to prior to COVID, interest rates may be slightly higher, but a 6%, a 6.5%, even a 7% interest rate is not unheard of. I think about people who bought properties years ago and they were paying 8-9% in interest rate. So we have a phrase in real estate where we say, you date the rate, but you marry the home. Rates can be refinanced at any time that the market is favorable and it makes sense. You refinance the rate, but don't put yourself in a position where you are trying to time it perfectly and you miss out on the house that fits your needs because of a temporary situation, which is this interest rate. If you need to buy, then buy.
Mm-hmm. And you make a good point because you mentioned, prior to the pandemic, that rates were in the 6%. I can remember even that's how old I am. I remember going up to 13% years ago,
exactly.
And now they've actually gone up and they come down. And that, I guess you could really call that was a pandemic rate. And it may never happen again in our lifetime. And so we're kind of back to the norm. And you're absolutely right. And I know I was probably at a 6% over the years, the life of my loan, and I did take advantage of when they did drop. So you're absolutely right. If they do drop again, and some are anticipating, at some point in our future history, that if they do that, you can actually. That's a good point. You can actually just shift gears and refinance at that time instead of sitting and waiting. Wow, what a brilliant answer. I never thought about it that way, but you're absolutely right.
And you know what, Kelly? What's interesting is people don't really realize if you have enough equity in your home and you refinance, a lot of times you can get a lower rate, keep your payment the same or just slightly higher, and you can refinance at a shorter time period. So instead of refinancing into an additional 30-year loan, depending on your equity and how much you've paid off, you could actually refinance into a 15-year, and then you're paying your house off faster.
Okay. Wow, that's good too. Wow. So, and again, we're talking to everybody who's listening out there, but particularly senior citizens. And you think, oh, where they're situated, but a lot of people they may want another home, or they may want to downsize. So this advice really applies to them as well, or anybody for that matter.
Exactly. I mean, there's advantages to downsizing. You lower your expenses. You can reduce maintenance and upkeep if you're going into a smaller home or going into a senior facility, independent living. So it increases your cash flow. So then you now have more money to travel and visit the grandbabies and do what you want to do in this phase of your life.
Yeah. Now, and I don't want to get too deep into it because I want to talk a little bit about Triple E Realty, but reverse mortgages is and oftentimes that's something that senior citizens take advantage of.
Yeah, right? There's definitely a resource out there if that fits your situation. A lot of times those are for people who need the cash, and they are wanting to take the cash and equity out of their home. They're not necessarily looking to move, but say you own your home outright, you have the opportunity to take that cash out and use that asset to work for you. That's one of the advantages of being a homeowner.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got you. So now tell us about Triple E Realty, because folks, I'm driving on 71st Street and 465 on the northwest side, and I see this gigantic billboard, and I'm like, who are these people? And so it's Evona Watson, your husband's on the billboard as well. I want to acknowledge him. And you all own Triple E Realty. Tell us about your company.
Exactly. So we are co-owners. We are a full-service real estate and property management company, one-stop shop. So we are able to help, individuals buy homes. We help people sell their homes. One thing that makes us special and what stands out about our company is the property management side. And with that, we have the resources that assist with renovations, manage that entire process, then the traditional marketing of the home, and pretty much take you through the process from beginning to end. And it literally, you talk to us, we have a consultation, and then we get started. And the ease of the transaction is hands down one of the things that our clients think about the most, that, it was just so easy and you just helped me every step of the way. And all I had to do was just tell you what I needed and you took it from there.
And Evona took care of it. So contact info, we've got probably about 20 seconds left. Contact info so people, if they want to reach you, Evona.
Sure. You can go to our website at tripleerealty.com. You can contact our office at 317-210-3637.
Okay, you heard it. Evona Watson, owner of Triple E Realty. Check her out. And we appreciate you coming on, Evona, giving us all this real estate advice